Folks, welcome to Mass Cheers.
Cheers. Joe, we enjoyed you so much talking about ride strategy.
We thought we'd have you back.
We thought we'd have you back.
Same like
Just called me down.
indeed.
So, let me ask you a question. Let me hit you hard. Let me hit you fast.
Oh, here it goes. Getting right into it.
So get right.
I'm ready.
Are you a water person?
Yeah.
I'm not talking water drinker.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Are you a water drinker though?
Well, yeah.
I'm not talking water drinker, but I'm going to talk water drinker for a second.
We are now.
You swim?
Used to.
How do you swim?
How do you swim?
Mostly in the water.
Now, how do you
I
swim?
mean, like, how do you swim? I don't know how, because I almost drowned at Typhoon Lagoon once.
Is that-
I'll tell it. Well, I think I probably told it already. I'll tell it again.
I like to swim underwater. I'm not a backstroke guy. I prefer swimming underwater rather than overwater.
Did you ever
Go ahead.
do it competitively?
No. And if I did, I would have been last.
So in the Air Force, did you have to learn to hold on, I'm sorry. Before you
Thank
went
you
to
for
the,
your service, by the way.
Thank you for your service. Were you a good swimmer before you went to the Air Force? Did the Air Force have anything to do with your swimming skills?
You know that the Air Force is not the Navy, right?
I do.
Okay.
But
So-
I don't know.
but
I know Marines like swim and stuff too. So like,
Marines off
But
of
if
the
it
Navy.
was the Navy,
did you swim in the Air Force?
No, I did not have to swim. There is a swimming portion for a specific thing, but that's not.
Okay.
It's not what I did. I was a better swimmer when I was younger, and now I can't remember the last time I've been in a pool.
Got it. Well, I am not a good swimmer.
No.
I would like to be.
I
sure would like to be.
I'm middle of the road. I mean,
Well, I guess I'm middle of the road. If
I won't drown.
I might.
But
All right. In that case, I'm probably a great swimmer compared to how I can swim fine. I'm just not. I'm not going to win a race.
yeah.
you do one of these.
Yeah.
You do one of these.
Yeah.
I might
Do one of
drown
these.
Like
a
I-
doggy paddle, sure.
if I get a cramp. I'm drowning.
Oh. We should talk after this.
So when John's in water, he drowns. When you're in water, you just don't win races.
Right.
Well, he might.
You might if you're against John.
Yeah. If I were against John, I probably.
100%.
He'll drown. So actually, well, since you drowned, John, what are your thoughts on water parks? Like, do you like them? Do you almost drown in them?
I like water parks. I like water slides that have twists and turns. I don't necessarily love slides that just go straight down, water slides that go straight down. I love the raft slides. Lazy River. I love Lazy River. The wave pool. It's good and it's on paper. It's good. On paper, it's good.
I don't even think it's good on paper. I'm not a wave pool guy.
Oh, I love the wave pool.
You
Yeah.
wave pool?
I wave pool.
Dang, you guys.
Here's the thing.
What do you love
The
about it?
wave pool just sucks the more people that are in there.
That's what I'm saying on paper. That's why I said on paper.
Yeah. Can we get the mic a little closer to your mouth, too?
Yes, I'm
Thanks.
sorry. Later on, as we get a little deeper, I'm going to get a little louder, then I'll be back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, also you're used to the phantom power of your mic.
Yes.
So, which you had last time. But when we went to the wave pool, you, Paul, I believe Dom, swam out. And I'm like, all right, well, I ought to join these guys. And I'm like halfway, and I'm like, start being like, nope. And I'm like, wait, this is how it happens. And I'm like, this is going to be so embarrassing if this lifeguard has to come in and take me out. So I just I got my composure, held my breath, started swimming back until I could feel ground, and stood up. almost drowned, and I don't even know if you guys knew.
I saw you going back,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, he's leaving, and
Yeah, I
you
guess he's-
looked just distraught.
It was like, oh, he's leaving. He's not coming to hang with us. I'm like, I couldn't.
Was that the last time you went in a wave pool?
I don't think so.
How did you explain it?
No, because I went to on the wave pool at Blizzard Beach too. That was at Typhoon that happened.
I've been in a handful of wave pools myself, including the one at Blizzard Beach. It does nothing for me.
No,
No, it doesn't.
will you say? So how does it explain? How do I explain?
Oh,
You were gonna
I was
ask.
gonna say when you got back, and they're like, how come you're not out there with your friends? Oh, see, they're in the deep end. And
They went past the
they went past the buoy.
They went
so I came back.
like that the line says 5 feet. They went past that. So it does nothing for you.
Does nothing for me for a few reasons. One, I don't love the idea of being in a large body of water with many people. Excuse me out a little bit, don't know why. And if a wave takes a person like it would you, who's to say you're not going to come crashing into me? Don't love that. All right? And also, I don't need to be fully submerged in water. I like the idea of swimming more than I like swimming, I think. I can get behind a nice water ride, right? And at the end, you plunge into the, whatever pool. But that's fine. You just walk right out of it. That's my speed.
I think the pools that you come out of in a water slide are usually like 3 feet deep, so it's like really
Well, no, yeah, and that's my jam.
so you don't really swim in those.
That's my jam.
But the Typhoon Lagoon wave pool, it does the waves and stuff, but every half hour or something, like what is it, like stormy seas or something, like
You
Yeah.
hear the
yeah.
it's like a horn,
Yeah, and then the waters get rough.
and they're letting you know. And
That's-
there's always that person,
Yeah.
that kid, or it's just like I'm a stand right at this spot. It's where the crest is, and it's just like, and I'm a be able to take it, and they can't take it. Most people can, but you can see that one that can't, but he's gonna try.
Jeez.
And then he goes flying, and usually into somebody.
And
That does happen.
Yeah.
see, that's
Yeah.
what I want to avoid.
It is annoying. Like again, that's why I say on paper it's good, because I think all that sounds dynamite. Like the wave pool where there's waves, and then every once in a while you hear a horn, and then the waves or the waters just get rough. Sounds awesome to me. But then when you're putting pen to action or words to action, it's like just like this crowded.
It's
Like-
when it's me and my friends pretending we're pirates overboard, it's great. When there are other people there, it's not as great.
Yeah. But
Wave pools are a private party piece of entertainment, but it would be very expensive.
you can.
Please.
Well, I just have so much to say.
Please.
I was gonna ask if Blizzard Beach had anything with their wave pool that happened, because Typhoon Lagoon has the stormy seas.
I mean, I don't know if there's a theme. It's still a wave pool.
Oh, is it just so that's not special to Typhoon? You don't think, or
No, I mean, they might do something. I don't
Oh.
recall if they did something special
Could
as far
be,
as
yeah.
the thing. As far as I know, it's just a wave pool.
Oh.
They let you know the waves are coming, so that you have a chance to decide if this is your thing. However, if you're in the wave pool, I feel like that decision's been made.
Here's a horn. Here's a last warning. Here's a final warning on whether you should keep swimming towards your friends or turn around and go back.
The treacherous waters are a coming. Let me tell you something. I also have a sensitive face area. I don't like water in the nose. Don't like water in the ears. Sometimes I get blocked ears. And my eyes, strenuous, soft teeth. I have a sensitive face area. So I don't like it when that gets a little too wet.
I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry.
So wait, are you a water guy? Do you like water?
I feel
I like
that's
that.
been answered.
Oh,
I like the idea of water more than I actually like
okay.
water.
But you enjoy a water park.
Of course. Who doesn't? There are some downfalls to water parks. Are you okay? When you're at the water park, what footwear are you wearing?
No,
None.
no feet, no footwear.
No footwear.
No.
The worst thing, cause same.
Oh, you're
The
talking-
worst thing about a water park, any water park, is that hot ground. And nothing's worse than when you're at Blizzard Beach in Florida on a hot day, and your toesies be sizzling.
So
he's right.
I don't mean I maneuver through the water park with no shoes. I mean while I'm in the water, no shoes. I leave my shoes at my chair.
Sandals?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
But
the chairs are usually in a sandy area. Then your feet are all sandy.
what do you do on a slide?
No shoes.
Where do you keep your shoes?
Chair.
So you maneuver through the park.
I mean, they're right there as you get up on the slide. I
he
suppose
he
you
puts
maneuver.
he puts his sandals on between rides, right? That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. What about a lazy river? No shoes, right?
No.
Chair?
Locker.
Just-
Lazy
okay.
because everybody. So here's
I
the
can't
thing.
keep up with this guy.
Yeah.
There's certain things. For instance, the water slides. Not everybody does, say, the plunging water slide.
Right.
Not everybody does the wave pool. Ergo, you can leave your sandals with somebody
Right.
who are at the chair. Lazy river, everybody's doing it. You need to put it in the locker.
Right.
So in that case, yeah, I
Does the
suppose
locker-
it's just easier to maneuver around barefoot.
Does the locker cost money?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Like I don't know the deal at Disney. Like I don't know like if there's an included thing, if there's extra.
Yeah.
But in general, a
It
locker is
does.
going to cost you.
The playing out a day at a water park versus thinking about a day at the water park, there are things that you don't think about, and then when you're at a water park, it is a little more inconvenient
Mm-hmm.
or a little more not enjoyable. There's pieces that aren't enjoyable. And I wasn't even thinking about this when we started this pod. I was thinking like, I had all good thoughts about it, but now you're bringing some stuff up that I'm like, oh yeah, the hot ground, or yeah, the sand in my, whatever, lockers that cost money. So like a lot of times I'd go to a water park and not like bring anything, like not be able to bring like extra sunscreen to reapplicate, because you know how I like to reapplicate. In a water park, when you're just wearing a bathing suit, you need sunscreen more than ever.
yeah.
Huh.
So I've only ever been to Blizzard Beach. Let's talk some specifics about, and I'll need your help on this because I've never been to Typhoon Lagoon. Let's talk some specifics about each, because I have good things and bad things to say about the BB.
I want to talk. Yeah, I definitely want to talk. I want to talk about them both, compare them, but then I want to know what one you like better, and I'll say the same.
Okay.
Because I have my choice, and I feel like we've talked. Starting with Blizzard Beach, there was argument among our group when we went to Blizzard Beach that Blizzard Beach was the water park more for the adults or the thrill seekers, and I disagreed with it. I don't remember where you stood. I thought Typhoon was more of the adult park.
I mean, I can.
They're all
say-
family friendly, but
Yeah, if that was my stance,
It
I
was-
don't see how it would because I would say I would agree with what you're saying. I think
Okay.
Typhoon Lagoon would be.
I don't remember your stance. I know that Paul had said it.
Okay.
With Paul, in one ear, out the other.
True.
Honestly.
True.
No, but I'd say Typhoon Lagoon is the adult one.
Yeah.
Where Blizzard Beach is more aimed towards the kids.
Right. You got a mascot that you got like that gator.
Yeah.
Like,
That said,
yeah. I mean, it's
Blizzard
great.
Beach has Summit Plummet, which
It's the
I
only.
mean, I suppose kids can go. I mean, it's more of a thrill ride.
There's an argument to be made. Summit Plummet's the only the only ride in Disney World, other than the brand new ones, that I've never been on. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't go that day because you all went on Summit Plummet. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I went on the one. What's the one right next to it called? Do you remember?
It's called not Summit Plummet.
But it's like, oh, hey, if you're building up courage to go on Summit Plummet, go on this one. And when I was ready to go down it, and it wasn't a straight drop, it was like a boom and then a slope,
Which are
and then
almost worse. You
it
feel
was
like you're gonna
worse.
Fly off.
It
of
was worse. I swear I had airtime. But when I was at the top ready to go down, I looked up at Summit Plummet, and I'm like, that's not too much higher than this. Why didn't I just go on Summit? And then I went down, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going on Summit.
Having been on both, you feel that height difference on Summit Plummet.
Yeah.
You do.
You get up there, you can see all 4 parks, which is insane.
That's wild.
That is.
And looks like you're looking. Now I don't know the actual height, but it looks like you're on par with Everest. Like you're looking over and like you can see the peak of Everest, and it looks like you're. I don't know if you actually are on the same plane. I'm just saying it kind of looks like it.
Right.
And like so, you're looking out there, and it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And that changes the moment your butt crests. Like as you're. That's where. Unless, like, when you've done it a few times, I'm sure it's just like awesome, But, like, that first time, whoo, man, that was rethinking some life choices.
Like immediate regret when you...
Yeah, it was just like, holy crap, what am I doing? And then so I remember I had seen so many people, so they tell you, fold your arms, fold your legs, and keep your back against the thing. And I'm just like, what happens here?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right, like you...
And then I see so many people go down to the bottom, and they told you to hold it until you come to a stop. And so many times they open up their legs, which slows them down. Then they have to get up and walk the rest of the way till they can finally get off. Slows the whole thing down. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this going. I don't know why they're doing this. So I'm going down there. And, like, as you do this, all you feel, it feels like water's being blasted up your back. So it's like... So, like, at some point, I'm just like, okay, I keep saying I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it. I spread my leg, open up my legs. I'm coming to a stop. I stand up. I'm at the end of the ride. I'm like, what happens?
What would have happened?
I'm sure I felt like I was going way faster than I actually was. Like, I might have been stopped for all I know. But, like, I felt like I was still flying, and I was just like, I'm at the end of the ride.
Is it fun?
It's great.
Yeah?
I've gone on...
Because in my opinion, like...
Fun.
Well, because in my opinion, it's over so fast, and it's, like, faster than free fall.
It's fun.
Okay.
It's not fun. So so it's I guess it's all depending on the person. But you're exactly right. It's over so fast.
Well, that's what's in my head. I've never been on it, but...
And it's just... So I'm not a roller coaster guy primarily because I don't like the feeling you get in your tummy when you're going down, and that's all. That's basically all it is.
Do you get that feeling?
Like
your stomach dropping and...
No, I get. I can't say that, can I? I get that feeling only guys get.
Oh gosh.
When hitting that hump, and then that. So I don't know if you guys have ever kind of gone to a ledge on high. But
yes.
Like I'll get a feeling like in the soles of my feet, like kind of that feeling that travels up your legs. So that, but like there's a thrill there.
Yeah.
And once you've done it the first time, after that, it's awesome.
You're good.
Ooh, me and him have had two very different experiences.
Wait, you went on Summit?
Yeah.
And you went on Summit Plummet. I didn't know you went on it.
It was not...
Oh, he's all saying it's not fun. I'm like, you haven't been on it. You've been on it.
It is, yeah, and it's not fun.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you've been on it.
Didn't like it at all.
Damn, now I feel like gotta go on it.
I mean, if you want to not have fun, by all means.
I didn't like the ski lift. I didn't like
The ski
climb.
lift was fun. The ski lift was fun.
So I've been on. So I went on every single ride at Typhoon and every single ride at Blizzard, minus Summit Plummet. There was a tall, straight down slide at Typhoon Lagoon that I went down, and it wasn't my thing. But I feel like I gotta try Summit Plummet one day. But anyway, you're talking. They have you cross and then cross the legs.
And they say
saw
don't look
somebody-
down because you have a tendency to lean
Yeah.
forward. And I picture it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I totally went down,
yeah,
back up. You know, I can't help myself.
yeah. But Paul, when he went down, he did this like immediately. He's going down. I'm like, that person's gonna get hurt. They uncrossed their legs. I didn't know it was Paul until he got down. I'm like, dude, the second you went, you uncrossed your legs. I'm like, you're doing this wrong. That's not safe.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. You know what else I don't like? Unless you have something else to say about Summit Plummet.
I have exhausted everything that I have to say about Summit Plummet.
And
I can see it from the buses.
I mean, yeah, and just another reason not to go on.
That's the big one of Blizzard Beach. That's the big ride of Blizzard Beach.
Yeah.
Crush and Gusher is the big one of Typhoon Lagoon, the water coaster. Go
Oh.
ahead.
Oh, I like water coasters too.
Yeah.
You would like this one.
Typhoon Lagoon was closed when I went. Only Blizzard Beach was open, so I didn't have the choice.
So instead of Crush and Gusher, you went on Summit Plummet.
Yeah, it's sick. So another thing I didn't like was the toboggan water slide when you're going down head first on a toboggan on your stomach.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
You don't remember
those
that?
ones that like race?
Oh, head first, really?
You usually
Yeah.
on your belly, like face first.
And you know how sensitive my head area is, so you have to imagine
As
my
he explained.
As I explained, so you have to imagine the concern that that race through my head
concern.
as you're going down and you're seeing the giant body of water, and you know you're gonna go in like that, right? So what I did was I knew I was coming. I said, "Screw the race." All right. I'm a winner to me. So I said, screw the race. Tried to slow myself down, and then I went like that.
Jeez.
And then my head never went underwater, right? And then the guy, the like lifeguard guy, he was like, I've never seen someone do that before. I was like, but look at my hair, it's dry.
It's like I feel like a winner. I don't-
Thank you for this memory.
I don't love those.
Is there also one in Typhoon Lagoon?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think there are lined up slides. I don't know if they're toboggan.
That's Blizzard Beach, though, I believe.
But I think there
You're
is.
right. That's not I don't know that there's toboggans in Disney. Well, obviously, if you're telling that story, and if it wasn't at like Six Flags or something, if it was Disney, then obviously
Well,
I'm wrong. But
How
hold on.
sensitive he is in the face area. Perhaps he got hit.
Wait, are you questioning if I'm
If you're
telling a
misremembering,
story from
he's-
Blizzard Beach?
He is questioning your memory.
No,
John,
I'm
I'm
questioning
Andrew
whether.
Andrew from Mouse Cheers.
Yeah, gotcha. I just hold on.
Six Flags.
Oh, yeah, there's toboggans at Blizzard Beach. I had to look it up, even though we told like a specific story. So, hey,
It's like,
I'm
I
here.
blatantly remember this happening.
Why can't that's fine. So, okay, so we got toboggans. So
Hated those.
Teamboat Springs. I believe that this is the one that boasts to be the longest family like tube slide ride called Family Springs, and like everybody gets those
Big
are
round.
yeah, like the big you're all on that circular tube.
Yeah.
And you go down. That's my favorite kind of water slide, to be honest, and it's because of the company you're
So the
at.
tube just catches the
Yeah,
edge
yeah.
of that side, and you're like, we went a little higher than anticipated on that one. There, Chief.
Yeah. Summit Plummet, Slush Gusher. That's the name of that slide next to Summit Plummet. It's called Slush Gusher. Whatever. Teamboat Springs. Then you got your toboggans.
You don't want those toboggans.
The one that you're thinking of, there's 3 slides together
Yeah.
called I was just looking at it, the Snowstormers. So basically, it's a snowy mountain,
Yep.
but there's 3 there's 3 different water slides. So one of them, they're all like slightly different water slides.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
So
Blizzard
I
Beach.
tried.
I was thinking about something in Typhoon Lagoon.
Oh no! Oh well, maybe, but this is Blizzard Beach right now because
Right.
I was fact checking Andrew.
So
With
so
the toboggan race.
Yeah, with the toboggan.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go on all of the different ones.
Yeah.
I think I went on all but one.
Okay.
After a while, I was like, it's just not worth it. They're just, they're different, but they're still very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
fun time though.
Well, Blizzard Beach also has that kid area.
Yeah,
Where they're like.
Yeah.
It reminds me of it's like that Nickelodeon show where the kids are running through.
Yeah. Like the
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Yeah.
So it's like that, like they're balancing on these things floating in the water and
these
like going
ice-
through this jungle gym, and you're like,
If I was
see,
a kid,
I want to
yeah.
do that, but I'm pretty sure like I'd be arrested, if not kicked out at least. Like
Yes. I think it's called ski. It's Ski Patrol Training Camp,
yeah.
and they got
Yeah.
the like the nets that you hold on to, and you can balance on the ice caps and stuff.
Like at first you're
cool.
excited, you're like, ooh, and then you see that they're all kids, and you're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah. There's always like a lot of open chairs in that area too, and that's how they get you because you're like, oh, finally open chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no adults allowed.
So it seems like the kids have a second area called Tykes Peak, and it seems like something kind of like not wave, like a wave pool, like a pool. But the wave pool here is called Meltaway Bay. I like the theming at Blizzard Beach. However,
The theming is good.
Yeah.
And I like you walking in, you're seeing the snowman and they're dripping because it's hot, right?
Yeah.
They're melting. I think that's fun.
the runoff rapids. Those are
Yeah.
3 individual tube slides. These are the type of individual slides that I like the best. The ones that go around and you're on your back, you're doing this and you're doing that, because it doesn't have the. I don't mind the free fall feeling, but I feel it's just over too quick in the free. I like a ride. I don't know. I feel more of a ride in
I
those.
feel
So.
like if you want it longer though, you have to jump out of a plane.
Well, no. I don't crave that feeling. I can tolerate it. I don't go seeking it.
See, my brother Jeff, he said the same thing. It's just like when I'd gotten back from, when I had come in from my leave, he's like, "Hey, Air Force, you guys got to jump out of planes?" It's like, "Well, some do. I haven't had to." And he's just like, couldn't pay me to do that. My next time I come down for leave, he's like, "Hey, jumped out of a plane." I'm like, what? What? I'm like, were you asking for permission? Like, I feel like you were just trying to get a gauge going before you went and did it.
Right?
So yeah, he I guess he went and did the parachute thing a couple of times.
Damn.
At this
Wow.
point. So yeah. So you say that now, but maybe deep down you just want to do it.
You just who knows?
You're a skydiver.
Yeah, no.
Skydiver Johnny.
Those 3 tubes are called runoff rapids. And to be honest with you, the only other ride that I'm seeing is Downhill Double Dipper, and it's just two other tube slides.
Yeah.
The water parks are not that big.
They aren't that big.
Yeah.
I remember I ate lunch around lunchtime and then I left.
I'm glad you brought up lunch because I'm totally looking at the dining options in freaking Blizzard Beach right now.
The dining options in Blizzard Beach.
Look, just get a burger, move on.
Yeah,
you know you know what it is.
Burger or nuggets or something.
But even with that, still not great.
There's actually a lot of options. So we got Arctic Expeditions. So these aren't Arctic Expeditions like a parked car looking thing. and it's just for like candied pecans and stuff. We got Avalanche, which is a walk up, and that has your hot dog, your burger. There was one that when we were talking about the quick meals that I said was like one of my least favorites.
Yeah.
Lotta Wada.
Lotta Wada. So
Lotta
that's where
Wada Lodge.
I ate at Lotta Wada. Not great.
Not great.
They have like shrimp and grits there. What business do you have having like shrimp and grits
Where
at a water
do you
park?
get off?
If I see somebody eating shrimp and grits at a water park, I'm gonna be like, "What are you doing?
You know,
What are you doing?"
are you bringing up the menu right now? Is that what you're doing?
No, well, I mean, I saw shrimp and grits on it.
No, I just mean what else?
Oh, like a double cheeseburger, like these cheeseburgers and stuff, and like there was flatbreads on it, hot dog.
Yeah.
and
So
stuff.
you know what this nonsense is.
And by the way, you're not going to a water park wanting to eat like fine dining or anything.
Honestly, eat somewhere else. And I assume Typhoon Lagoon is much of the same.
It's a water park.
It's a water park.
You're not expected probably to really eat too much, so they're probably not going to create, too extravagant a thing. You're going to cramp up when you're in the water, so it's more
Right.
like
And
hey.
drown like John. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Now, John, what if? Okay.
yeah.
Now, first of all, when you say you dislike the wave pool, like you would never do it again.
No. I've done one since, and I like it. I just gotta stay in my lane. I just gotta.
All right,
You
but
know,
let's
know your
say-
limits.
Let's say this is my offer to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm Disney, and I'm like, hey, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a water park. You spend pretty much the day there. It's the busiest day. It's a hot day. Kids, old people, everything, just across the board. You got to go in the wave pool. You got to spend a decent amount of time there in the deep end. Full crowd.
Jeez.
You got to end it with Summit Plummet. And it's a free dinner at Le Cellier.
Interesting. Let me up these antes if that's okay, because I feel like you're gonna do it. Okay. Everything he said. You have no shoes for the whole day.
Well, I don't do what Joe does. I go no shoes.
Okay.
Well, not like I'll leave my shoes in a spot, and unless I'm walking on the other side of the park, that's the spot that I've put my shoes there. I'm going.
Okay.
It's funny. Summit Plummet's not even the thing that's making me like, it's the freaking deep end. I'd be like,
Chance death.
yeah,
Free dinner.
for a steak. Yeah. That's basically saying, hey, John, I'll pay you $50 to go in the deep end.
Yeah.
Well, Le Cellier, you'll be paying over like $52 just for the fillet. So
sounds like it's worth it.
Don't forget the atmosphere, and you're gonna have a glass of wine.
can I ask? So it includes like, hey, I want that like a soup, like a cheddar soup,
Soup to nuts.
scallops for an app, like a 5-course freaking meal.
To your heart's content, John. Full dinner.
I would do it.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
I'd rack up
Okay.
a $250
I mean, you gotta
bill.
leave tip. These are Disney rules.
You get yeah. I got to tell you, I thought you weren't gonna do it for a moment. I thought you weren't gonna do
No,
it. For a moment.
if it was like to my heart's content, I know how to eat. Like I know, and I'm not just saying I know how to eat a lot, but I know how to enjoy myself. Like I'll get a nice wine. I'll get a cup of soup so that it doesn't do much to me. Scallops for the app. Like, I don't know what I would do for the steak. My go-to had been the fillet over the wild mushroom risotto. I feel we got to do we did an episode best hot dog on Disney property. According to us, because we haven't tried everything or anything, but we want to do best steak one day. Best steak on property. I feel I need to eat at a couple more places, but I'd like to do that.
I don't mind.
Did you
I don't mind doing the experiments.
Indeed.
Did you hear or see the episode where he talked about his STK visit? Where
STK.
STK Steakhouse in Disney Springs.
Oh, no, you did. You said it was fantastic.
No.
You said the
So-
what is that? The boat one?
Boathouse.
Yes.
Boathouse is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'm not going to tell this because I already told it. I could tell you after.
Roll the
But,
tapes back.
It's the there's an episode where I got back from Disney and I just recapped my Disney vacation.
Okay.
I think that it's called like John.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
that
John just got
episode.
back from Disney or something. But anyway, I'll tell you after. It's funny. Do you guys do this when you're like coming down a water slide?
Of course I do. My nose is too sensitive to not do that.
Do you?
No, I'm a man.
He's like, no, I'm a man. I'm like in the tube slides. I'm like, boom, boom, and then when I see it coming, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know why. Well, actually, I've even done that. There was a water slide. I think it was at Typhoon Lagoon. No, it might have been Blizzard Beach because they have those 3 like tubes that. One of them was super fast, like those individual tube. You know what I'm
Oh.
talking about when I say.
Because you go up on the curve.
You're going up on the curve. There was 3 of them. We went on each one, like just to try the difference. But there was one that it was just like zoo, 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 and like it went super. Do you remember that? Do you
I don't
remember one
recall.
that just like went so fast at the end? And I felt like I'm like I can't breathe. I'm like freaking.
You should have held your nose.
Yeah, for since then I have, but yeah.
I've been on one like that, but not at Disney, and I think I hold my nose. You know, it's impossible to hold your nose on toboggans. That's another reason why I hate it.
I feel like if you did,
Why'd you?
like you'd land and the lifeguard once again would be like, I've never seen anyone do that.
Imagine you're going down, you're like face first, and then at the very end you're like, like land perfectly on your feet in the water. You'd be like, kudos. One thing that I hope Disney never puts in, and I've been on this because we went to Water Country, in Virginia Beach. I had gone. Those ones that you stand on a platform, and then the platform like goes away, like drops, and you like drop down, and then it's a tubes. I just don't like that beginning part. Once I dropped down and I was on the tube slide, I was cool. But that drop and that anticipation, man, oof.
See the anticipation.
Oh.
That's the thrill.
That's the
I
thrill
don't
you
know if
like.
you guys recently saw that video. The guy, it's one of those rides. You're in a contraption, but it drops, and it's like a free fall. Well, anyways, the guy who does the drops constantly would trick the people who are about to drop. He'd be like, "Sorry guys, hold on. Those things aren't correctly locked. I'm gonna have to come over there." And they're like, "Oh, all right." And they just drop. Oh my god!
You couldn't pay me a
That's
Cellier dinner
crazy.
to do that. No.
They didn't count me down. They were counting everybody down, and I think my friends at that time probably said, "Don't count them down," because I was just standing there, and then I just dropped. So, but that's crazy what you said.
Right? And it's just like, one time it's just like, I think he said something about like, hold on there, folks. Yeah, we have to take a look at this line. The emergency light's on, something like that. And they're like looking up, and he just drops him. Like, I'll show you that stuff later. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
But the Crush and Gusher, you would like that. That's at Typhoon Lagoon. So that is like an actual water coaster. Like you are going up. You're in this thing. So you're coming down and you're actually riding the water, and it's like it goes up, it goes down.
You see, I like that.
I
That's
love-
more my speed.
Crush and Gusher is awesome. I really love it. That I would choose that. Would you choose that over Summit Plummet?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
To be honest. Yeah, I love Crush and Gusher. I've been on it multiple times.
Yeah.
I want you to go to Typhoon Lagoon so bad because whereas the theming of Blizzard Beach is like the Arctic freeze, hit a tropical paradise. So the gator ended up like, well, when in Rome, I'll make a water park out of this when it started to melt. So that's that. Typhoon Lagoon's more of like a shipwreck. And what's the name of that ship?
The Tilly.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer's.
Something Tilly.
I didn't even know it. There was like, I mean, I guess I suppose I should have known that there was a story to the ship because those little stories make Disney, but I did
Right.
not know.
I see the picture here. That's the centerpiece of the park is the ship on the rock. I just don't see the name of it on it. And that is that's that, whereas Summit Plummet is the centerpiece in Blizzard Beach. We got a lot of the similar stuff. We got Humunga Cowabunga, which is I believe that's those three sides together, like in Blizzard Beach.
Yeah.
Not toboggans. Storm slides. We got the Typhoon Lagoon surf pool. That's what it's called.
Can you enter your Wi-Fi password?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't worry. It's just
I'm just-
one.
I'm reading off. Yeah, no.
Cool.
So let's take a quick pause while we connect to this Wi-Fi. I don't know why I wasn't connected in the first place. I come here all the time.
I'm like reading off the rides. He's like, John, can you?
I don't know.
Could you,
I don't know what happened.
Could you put it in the past?
You know what?
Could you put it in the past?
New. It's a new phone. That's what.
Miss Tilly.
Miss Tilly. There we go. Booyah.
Good,
yeah.
good call there.
Thank you. Upon Mount Mayday.
Oh, this section here. This is what I love, like the Mayday Falls and all that stuff. Like this area with all
Okay.
the slides but it's like well themed in like that rocky area. Typhoon Lagoon Surf Pool. They could probably come up with a better name.
What's your favorite?
I'll admit.
What's your favorite way to get up to another story? Stairs, elevator, escalator,
Ski lift.
ski lift.
Because you can
If
ski
there's
lift up to
snow-
summit, right?
Ski lift.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't like ski lifts.
I don't like
For instance, going up to Summit Plummet, did the ski lift, hated it. Second time I went, took the fucking stairs. Sorry.
What? Why? Why do you hate ski
Because
lifts?
it's a ski lift over rocks. It's not my jam.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think of like the Skyliner?
They freak me out.
Same.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't want
interesting.
them to.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been in open,
Yeah.
so like kind of going across Rocky Point used to have, those things. So like for me, it's when you're going over the
Going over those
actual rollers or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if you're open and out like in a ski lift, for me it's a little freaky. So with the Skyliner, you're in a cage, but still anytime it goes over those things, I'm like, all right, this is much smoother than what it used to be back in the
Oh yeah. The Skyline is really smooth.
very, very
Yeah.
smooth. I don't think it's not different technology, right? It's been the same, but it's
but
feels
it's
smooth.
super smooth.
It is very smooth. Yeah.
No, I've been on rickety ones for sure.
Hmm.
Canopy Lake Park in like New Hampshire. It's like
Like,
and like and you're like doing this and like all that's there is a bar. You're not even buckled. Shh. I wonder if that's still there. That can't be still there.
they got to do an emergency stop.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, scary stuff. So, what's your favorite way to get up? What way?
I
You
actually
going somewhere
like
with
the Skyliner? If the Skyliner were a way to get up, I'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the stairs.
Stairs?
Well, no, give me an escalator. It's just you're saying it like a broad thing. It depends on what I'm trying to get up. If I'm trying to go up
Where are you going
a
with it?
floor, escalator. If I'm going up multiple floors, elevator. If I'm going up a mountain, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna choose the transportation.
You're gonna choose the transit. Too many stairs at water parks. too many
like
stairs
going up to the
at
ride.
water parks. I would always choose not to take the stairs.
But then you got the ski lift that brings you to Summit Plummet, which he didn't even like.
Didn't even like. But you know what? I'm never afraid of getting hurt when I'm in Disney. You know why? Because I know I'll live. And if I live, y'all get to go to Disney for free for the rest of my life. I will make damn sure of it.
Well,
And then he's gonna become a human fast pass.
yeah.
I already,
Indeed. Yeah.
I already am a human fast pass. You know,
Oh, my gosh.
but
So what do you want? Escalators in the parks or what?
no, I was just no,
It's just saying there's a lot.
Oh,
just saying there's a
it's
lot
like
of
I'm just
stairs.
complaining.
Just complaining.
Oh.
A lot of stairs. You have to be ready for a stair day.
Yeah, but any day in Disney's a heavy foot day.
It's not a stair day though. I'd have a heavy foot day before a heavy stair day.
All right. We haven't spoken Lazy River yet. Castaway Creek is the name of the lazy river in Typhoon Lagoon. At Blizzard Beach, the name is... It's such a long thing, and I gotta, it's only written in one spot, so... Cross Country Creek. I like Castaway Creek better, the name. But then I like Blizzard Beach's wave pool name better. Lazy Rivers, yay or nay?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
And I love it when the caves where there's water coming down, so you can either, chance it to fate, whether you get hit with that cold water dripping down or you can move yourself out of the way. You're not a fan?
Not a fan.
Oh, I like that.
And they make that water freezing too. Ooh, that's
I don't think the water's freezing. I think one of the big things about it is the fact that it's always shaded. It's like, shouldn't there be a section where the sun's just hitting you?
Yeah,
It's
right.
just like, don't worry, guys, we're coming up to that warm straightaway. Something like that. I'm sure there is, and I'm just thinking about the shade.
Right.
But I did notice, like, on a cooler day, if you're in the shade, it's just like, my God, I need the sun.
Yeah.
Now I appreciate what that is, and I know a lot of people like that. But a lazy river to me is just that. You get on a tube and you go through the water at a lazy pace. I don't want to be tense, knowing that I might get splashed.
Dude, I get so tense when I've pulled a muscle in my neck by getting tense if I'm about to get sprayed by a little bit of water. I always
But you see, you just tell me, you know what? I'm not even afraid of getting hurt at Disney because it's just like this, that, and the other thing. But I get so freaked out thinking I might get splashed.
Well, here's the thing, because if I get splashed, y'all don't get to go to Disney for free.
What you do is occasionally dunk yourself in the water, get back up on your floaty. No splash is the problem.
Yeah, it's easier said than done.
It's so much easier said than done.
And that's how I roll.
Yeah.
You hold on. How do you get on the tube? Okay, you just got in the lazy river.
Yes.
You're getting on your tube how?
I get in the tube before the river, before I get in the water.
I've seen him. He's
Yeah.
dragging it out, jumping on. Me, the odds are I'm gonna walk it out and then hop in, or I'm literally gonna dunk myself and then get in.
Got it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then that's just your entry.
Yeah.
Okay. Then while you're going, you'll get off the tube, take a dip, get back on the tube.
If I'm we're talking to the point where it's a splash. If I'm getting cramps because I'm afraid I'm gonna get splashed, I'm gonna take a dip and then it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Do you stay
Albeit easier said than done.
Do you stay on the tube the whole time?
No.
You don't stay on the tube the whole time? I stay on the tube the whole time.
Okay. I don't. A lot of times I walk the river I'm like in the tubes around me, and I'm walking the river. A lot of times.
You one of those?
I guess.
Just
yeah.
don't feel like you spend that much time on your feet at Disney. You're like, I just need to walk.
Yeah, I need to walk this
this
lazy
out.
river. Sometimes I want to direct myself, or like again, like the wave pool. There's a lot of people in there. It's like ongoing. Like people can get off at any point and come in, and like a lot of people.
I mean, I think pretty much anything you say
So-
about Disney or any theme park, it's just like,
You
"Ooh,
gotta say.
what'd you think about this? It was great. If it was just me and my friends, it'd have been better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Meeting people is great and what have you. And on the lazy river, you always end up bumping
Yeah.
into some chatty person.
It's true.
Sometimes it's a great conversation. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I didn't need to know that, but all right.
Sometimes you're like, this is my stop. This is where I get off.
Oh, there's my wife.
Speaking of cold water, I think you and I did this. At Typhoon Lagoon, there used to be, there's not anymore, a cold water section where you could swim with like stingrays and all that stuff. We did that. Do you remember doing that?
I don't think I actually did it.
Who the heck did I do it with?
Don't know.
Must have been whoever else we were
I think
with.
there was a
but
thing with sharks too.
yeah, there was like baby sharks. There was stingrays, and so I had the the freaking goggles on with the mouth thing. It was cold water. This was cold, and I'm going under. I just like do this, and I'm trying to breathe. So like I practiced just breathing through my mouth. Good. But the second I hit the water, I like forgot how to do it. I'm like, I had to come up like that. I don't know what the hell's wrong with
I
me.
knew he was gonna say I forget how to breathe.
I don't know what it is. Me and water is just.
I kind of know where you're coming from, though. I tried snorkeling for the first time recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I found myself struggling too. Not in the sense that, like, it's like you forget how to breathe. It's like you have to relearn how to breathe almost.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
Then you start to panic.
right.
Panic
It's like
sets
I
in.
can practice just breathing through my mouth, but then when you're underwater, you want to breathe through your nose so bad.
Yeah.
But that goggle isn't like though. It's still like you could breathe in water if you're like just the goggle. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't freaking know.
Yeah, and because your mouth is open a little bit, there's always like a little hole in the goggle where like water can get in
Not
the
good.
nose area.
Yeah.
And you know how sensitive my face is.
True.
I think you guys need to practice snorkeling a little bit more.
I agree.
It's not that hard.
I need to practice swimming before anything. I need to learn how to swim.
Yeah, got to work on my strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have. I don't know. Maybe. I have a. What do you like better, Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach?
Typhoon Lagoon.
Okay, me too.
I think so. I've been to Blizzard Beach a few times.
Yeah.
I've only been to Typhoon Lagoon. I want to say twice, but it really could have been once. But I feel like it was twice.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was twice.
Okay.
Twice.
I feel it was twice.
Yeah.
Because on our 14-day trip, I feel like we visited each one, and we had gone to it once before.
Yeah.
I think I've only been to Blizzard Beach one time. You went to Blizzard Beach on a one day was like we kind of went on our own at one point. You went to Blizzard Beach alone. Was that Blizzard
Was
Beach
I
or was
alone?
that? You went alone.
I don't think I've ever been alone.
No?
I don't think so.
I've done some interesting things alone. I've never been to a water park alone.
I thought you went by yourself. It was the best vacation ever, that one. Because you had said that you grabbed a bite, and then right when it started raining, you grabbed a bite, and by the time you were done eating, the sun came back out.
I know that. I know that day.
I wasn't there. Like, we were at the park. You were not. Something happened. Maybe you were with... I don't know.
Okay. Well.
Anyway.
Could have been that year where things just happened.
Yeah. Was that Blizzard Beach?
Yes,
Okay. So I've only been one time to Blizzard Beach.
I've been a few,
Yeah.
but with Typhoon Lagoon only twice.
So, wait, why is that the case?
What?
Did you just always go to Blizzard Beach and then later go to Typhoon Lagoon? Or did you go to Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, then you just found yourself at Blizzard Beach? Like, why?
I think the first time was obviously to do the other park. First time doing it. The second time, I don't know. I don't know what brought me there. It would have been that day with the rain. I thought of somebody else's. I don't remember, but I don't recall how that particular adventure went. The other one was specifically so Josh could see Summit plummet. Because it was like, hey, it's the tallest water slide you'll ever go on. We gotta go, and
Oh yeah, I remember. That's the day I went. And I'm like, I gotta hit every slide. I did every ride in both parks except Summit Plummet. I'm a little disappointed in myself.
you should be.
Particularly because I went on that slush gusher right in the thing, and it was like worse.
Okay, well, that's the only thing that makes your thing unredeemable, because you were like right there. Might as well.
And I hit every other slide, and there were some big slides. Like what? I should have done it.
Yeah. Hey,
Best water slide.
I mean,
Mayan Temple, Coronado Springs.
That
dude,
is
the water
my
slides.
kind of water
the
slide
water
right
slides.
there.
Some of the water slides at the park, the resorts are pretty solid.
yeah.
Particularly when it's fairly late at night.
Yeah.
Nobody's really at the pool,
Mhm.
so you're pretty much doing jacuzzi and pool, bouncing between the two.
Come on,
It's
the best.
And so I remember now. I could have sworn somebody's corrected me because I could have sworn you could go late, like real late, into the pool and everything. Now I remember one year it was just like, hey, it's 10 o'clock or something.
Right.
You can't be out here. So you'd have to wrap it up. But I'm like, so were we just having cool employees, or
Right.
did the rules change?
Right.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because after that trip, I had a standard in my head, and then things were just closing hard closing at a certain time.
And
Like,
it's
all
just
right,
but
guys,
that used
get
to
up.
be my jam. I used to
Right.
be out here at least till 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
and
that happened.
And
Something changed.
they should make the Disney
11
o'clock cutoff. All right, just
People are trying and get in the pool. You
Yeah.
know? I like. You'll have to roll back the tapes. Talked a little bit about
Rolling back.
being in the pool in Saratoga Springs. There was a 24-hour pool. Had a nice conversation with
That's cool.
with a married couple. They make a turkey in a very interesting way. Cheers to them.
they make a
This is
turkey
the second time you've brought them up on this podcast. Before.
They're good people.
Good for
Sorry,
nice.
sorry, I don't remember your names.
Chicken breast. Okay, so I would get my chicken strips at Typhoon Tilly's. That's what it's called, Typhoon Tilly's. Then you could get your hot dogs at Surf Doggies. Gotta love these names.
Surf doggy.
So Typhoon Lagoon's my fave, just because of the atmosphere. I like the theming better.
I'm gonna go Blizzard Beach is my fave, since I have nothing else to compare it to.
I would love for you to go to Typhoon Lagoon. I want to hear your thoughts.
I recommend try Typhoon Lagoon.
I'll find my way there, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have the toboggans, I think it'll be my favorite by default.
It does not have toboggans.
And if it does, just don't go on there.
I'm like, don't go on the toboggans. And you're like, oh, Summit Plummet was rough. I'm like, why'd you go on Summit Plummet? You didn't have to. But,
It's like, 'cause
at the
I
end
was
of the
there.
day. And Typhoon Lagoon has that, that family tube, all sitting in a circle on the tube and going down. It has one of those as well. I don't think it's the longest one. I think Blizzard Beach holds that one. Could be Typhoon. I don't know. I don't feel like looking it up. That's okay.
Regardless, you can't go wrong with a water park. You
Not
know,
a Disney water park, no.
Not a, you know, you can't go wrong at a water park. But you can't go wrong at a Disney water park. The slides, the theming. I almost said the food, but yeah.
I mean, know the room. You know where you're at.
You know where you're at.
Yeah.
And you know where I'm at?
Where's that?
Cheers to that.
Nice. I'll cheers too.
I'm out.
I'm not.
Cheers.